Let's talk universal abundance. I'm really excited for this video, and I'm gonna get this across to you and just pour out my heart to you right now. This will be unlike anything that you've ever heard on the internet, because what I'm getting ready to share with you, we're at a unique time in history going into 2020 where we're able to do what I'm getting ready to share with you. And recording this live, and I'm just gonna share with you from the heart what universal abundance means to me and what it can mean to you and so many people all around the world right now. And so going into 2020, and all of us have these brains in our pocket. We're so connected. We can text someone in the other side of the world and they can receive it right away. We can do some things together that we've never been able to do before. And historically, what have we seen in our lifetimes? Well, we've seen two different ways for people to go out there and create abundance for themselves, and two main ways. There's always the one-off ways, but as far as what the mainstream ways and ideas for people to go out there and create their lifestyle, the abundance for themselves, there's been two ways. And now I'm introducing to you today a third way, and it's all through collaboration. And we're calling that universal abundance, the universal abundance community. And so what are the first two ways? Where have we been, in our lifetime so far? Well, first way, you can go out and you can get a job. And before I get into details, there's nothing right or wrong about anything I'm getting ready to share with you. There's nothing that you should or shouldn't do. I'm just highlighting where we are and where we're going, and inviting you, every single person watching this video, to come here with us, because every single person, young, old, male, female, no matter what your background is, you matter, you have something to contribute, and you can bring value to what we're doing and make the entire community, the entire universal abundance community, more valuable as a result. And I'll get into that in a second. So where are we now and where have we been? Well, all that we really know for the most part is, one, you can go and you can get a job. Been there, had many jobs in my life. And the one thing that I personally didn't like about going to work for someone else's company is having to go spend 20, 30, 40, 50 hours a week doing something that I could ask myself, I could be honest with myself, if I ask myself what would be most exciting and fun to do right now in the moment, the only moment, by the way, that is promised to any of us right now, it wouldn't be going to that job. And the answer was never going to that job if I asked myself that question. So knowing that through that life experience, I knew that I wanted to have more freedom than going to work for someone else, them telling me when to show up, how many days off I can have, what days I needed to work, how many hours to work, what quotas I needed to meet. All of these things that I personally experienced that showed me that I wanted more freedom. Again, nothing wrong with having a job. I've had plenty. I made six figures in the corporate world years and years ago, but I was spending 40, 50, 60 hours a week going to work when it was dark, leaving work when it was dark. That wasn't something that I wanted to continue on. And so I cast a desire to have something come into my life that gave me more freedom. This isn't about me, but I'll use myself as an example as we go through here. And so what's the other option? If you don't want to have a job, historically, the other option has been do your own thing, be an entrepreneur, start your own business, do these things. Well, here's the challenge with that. And again, nothing right or wrong with any of this. Personally, I've been an entrepreneur, been doing my own thing for the last 7+ years, and it has given me the freedom that I didn't have in the job. However, it put me into a competitive state with all of the other people that were doing what I was doing. And this is what I want to touch on for a second, because life going into 2020, it doesn't have to be about competition. It can be about collaboration, and everybody can be doing, have every single person can win if we think more in the collaborative way versus the competitive way. And nothing right or wrong, but this is just what it is. And so anybody out there that is doing their own thing, they are, say you're a hairstylist, say you are a realtor, say you are a whatever, a life coach, say you do tattoos, say you are a personal trainer, you do fitness, whatever it is, you are immediately, whether you want to be or not, in competition with every single other of that field in the world. And because everything can be done online right now, you can't really give somebody a tattoo online, but because most things can be online, you are in direct competition with every single person out there that is in your field. If you had to choose between someone going to you for the business or going to them for the business, you would choose them going to you. Pretty much all of you. And so nothing wrong with that, but that's just the options that we've had. Go work for somebody or do your own thing and compete for business with everybody else. Well, because that's all we've known, I don't think anyone has thought that there could be anything in addition to that. anything that we can change. Now, like I said, there's some one-off things out there. If you already have money, if you already have a stream of income, you can invest it and do some other things. You know, we're not talking about that per se in this video, but the Universal Abundance community is here to give people a third option, to give humanity a third option. And that's what I'm so excited about. And it starts now, and every single one of you is invited. So let me ask you this. Who's more valuable? Let's use the personal trainer. Let's use the fitness person as an example. Who's more valuable? Because here's what I know, and I'm going to share some of you that I know to be true. This is a universal truth. All of us can be, do, and have anything. All of us have the same power, or the same power flowing to and through us all. Is who we truly are. Call it God, call it the universe, call it love, call it all that is, call it source energy, call it whatever you want to call it. Every single one of us has access to that, and it's who we truly are when we're in those energies of joy, of happiness, of love, of passion, of bliss, euphoria, nirvana, ecstasy, all of these things. Like, these are just words, but they're descriptors of really high, powerful frequencies that connect us to the divine, that connect us to God, universe, source energy, love, whatever you want to call it. And so when you combine being connected with that energy with all of your life experiences, every single one of us on this earth has lived a unique life experience that nobody else has lived. So when you combine connecting with this energy that all of us truly are, and then you flow that through the lenses of your life experiences, you have things to share that no other human being is capable of sharing. So if we use the fitness, and this is every example, use the personal trainer as an example. If I connect with that energy and I'm passionate about wanting to make an impact on my clients and share the things that I know through my life experience and the things that I've learned, I'm going to be able to share that with them in a way that nobody else could share that with them. So you matter, you're valuable. So for people that want to do their own thing, fantastic. You want to build your own personal brand, fantastic. You want to have likes and follows and subscribers and all these things, fantastic. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm here to tell you today, going into 2020, that we can do better, that we can create more value for the people that we want to impact, and at the same time have more abundance than we could ever dream of when we were just doing it on ourselves and we're competing with all the other people out there that are doing the same thing that we're doing. How do you ask? I'm happy you asked. So here's how. So going with the premise of every single person is that energy called God, love, universe, has it flowing to and through them, through their life experiences, whatever you're passionate about, whatever it is that you've had lots of life experiences with. Who's more valuable, that one personal trainer, or if you had dozens or hundreds or thousands that were all adding, all collaborating, all adding their unique life experiences, all connecting with that energy of passion and of love and of joy and wanting to make an impact on this human being and sharing what it is that they know through their life experiences just because they want to impact whoever it is that's drawn to that information that they have to share. Who's more valuable? The best personal trainer in the world, and I don't know how you judge this, or dozens, hundreds, or how about this, every other personal trainer on the planet that all of us, there's no special breed of human out there. All of us have access to this energy and we can flow it out into the world as we choose and flow it through the lenses of our life experiences and give the value to the person that we want to give value to. So who's more valuable in any scenario? One person, you could be the Michael Jordan of whatever you do, or every other person in the world collaborating together that's given that same value. Who's more valuable? Well, I think the answer is obvious. And so now you're saying, well, how does this work? Like, what does this mean? What is this collaboration? I don't get it. Well, first of all, I don't want to go too long on this video, and there's a really specific video on universalabundance.co. That's the official website of the community, so people can get the information as far as what it's all about. And I go into specifics on how financially, the financial abundance, the abundance of time, being able to do what you want, when you want, anywhere in the world, total freedom, being able to do it with whoever you want to do it with, being able to make the impact that you want to make on humanity, whether you want to see poverty eradicated, whether you want to see people that can, have fresh water, or whether you want to see environmental change, or whether you want to see whatever it is that you feel you're called here to do. Wouldn't you be able to do it even more if you had all the money that you want and need coming in, an abundance of finances, and most importantly to me, you had an abundance of time to where you can ask yourself in any moment of any day, what feels most exciting to me right now? What feels most life-giving? What do I want to spend my time doing more than anything? And then whatever the answer is, you can actually go out and do that. Isn't that something that probably gets you really, really excited? Well, for me, that's how I enjoy living my life. And if you have the abundance of finances and the abundance of time, universal abundance, abundance in every area of life that you consider to be important to you, health, relationships, finances, every area, then you can really make the impact that you want to make on this world at an even larger scale. You can leave the legacy that you want to leave, and we can do it together and all become more and more valuable. Aristotle has a quote that I love and says, "The whole is greater than the sum of its parts." I'll say it again. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Meaning all of us coming together, sharing our unique gifts and talents and life experiences, connecting with that energy and just doing it because we want to make an impact is so much more valuable than any one person can do alone. Again, nothing wrong with doing your own thing. Keep doing your own thing. You can have the job, do your own thing. There's plenty of people that have a job and a side hustle, an entrepreneurship, doing their own thing. And you could collaborate with us. You could do all three. I'm just sharing with you in this video that there is now a third option for all of us, and it's called the Universal Abundance Community. So how does this look? This looks like this. Every single person is invited. Every single person is encouraged to share whatever it is that you have to share. Maybe right now you're watching this video, you're a stay-at-home mom and you have kids and you've done an awesome job at being a mom and raising the kids. And you have some things that you can connect with that energy because you're really passionate about raising your kids, and through your life experiences can share things that are unique to every other person on the planet. And even if you help one person, didn't by you sharing that with the community, with the whole, make it more valuable? Like Aristotle said, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Didn't you adding? What if you just turn your phone sideways and you recorded a 1 minute, 2 minute video talking about what you've become aware of as a mom? And you're not doing it because you want to build a personal brand and because you want likes and follows or because you want anything. You just want to impact the listener, whoever is attracted to the information. Again, could be one person, could be millions. But if everybody did that, if everybody shared whatever they have as far as their unique life experiences, and they did it not to gain a following or likes and subscribers, again, nothing wrong with that, but did it specifically to make an impact on whoever's attracted to the information, that's a much different energy than anything else. I've done it. I've created courses. I've created audios and podcasts and all of these things. And the energy that you create with when you have a motive because you want likes and follows and subscribers or sales when it comes to a book or a course or anything else, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's different than when you're just sharing just to share, you're giving just to give, your desire is to make an impact. And if everybody comes together and collaborates and shares what it is they have to share, you create something more valuable than the world has ever seen. And it creates more financial abundance for each individual inside of that community than the world has ever seen. And you can be totally free. I'll show you inside of the Universal Abundance. You go to universalabundance.co, how you can get into the top 1% in the world financially, which means you're making over $400,000 per year, if that's something that you want, and do it with total freedom of time to where you can do what you want, when you want, anywhere in the world, total freedom with whoever you want to do it with for the rest of your life so that you can make the impact. You can go out there, if you want to go out there and eradicate poverty, if you want to go build, anything that you want to do that you're called to do. We're all so different. We've had such different life experiences, and we can all be, do, and have anything. And I'm rooting so hard for each and every one of you to be able to go out there and create whatever it is that you want to create while you're here. The only moment that's promised to any of us is right here and now. And so wouldn't it be awesome if you could ask yourself what feels most exciting, most fun, most life-giving? What am I most inspired to do in this moment? And the more abundance that we create together, the more those options become unlimited. Like you can literally do anything that you want. If you want to go somewhere on the other side of the world because there's a cool event going on over there, which, by the way, in the video inside of universalabundance.co, we talk about awesome events that we go together with all over the world that really just scales this, to a place where I want you guys to watch that specific video, but I wanted to come on here and tell you guys what I'm so excited about. And I know I'm yelling at you guys and spitting all over the place and sweating in here, but I'm passionate about this because I see this as a way for all of us to be able to win and for everybody to be able to come together, add value, create something more valuable together than any of us can create by ourselves. And as a result, have so much abundance in all areas of life that are important to us. And every single one of us can go out there and create the lives that we want. And we can do it together and have a blast while we're doing it, taking advantage of the only moment that's promised to any of us, which is right here, right now. We all believe we're going to live to be old men and women, and we probably will. For technology, most of us will, some of us won't. and we don't know who's who. And I'm not saying this to fear any of us. It's just the reality. And so I choose to enjoy this moment as much as humanly possible. And part of that is creating awesome stuff so that all of us could collaborate and all of us can win. And I'm rooting for every single one of you. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm super easy to get a hold of. I love and appreciate all of you, rooting for all of you. Welcome to the Universal Abundance community. For those of you guys that are already getting involved, we're about to have a blast together. I'll talk to you guys soon.